just log in. This is a fun, funky mixed media email. I am sending that. What were your Charlie's lines? It's all good. All right, you should be set. Let me know if you can't get in still. No problem. Okay. Music and motion is happening. She is not here. Can I take a message? Okay. It's like, can I speak to Darylyn? We've been getting lots of can I talk to the owner calls this week. I'm like,
oh, Yelps. We're back on Yelp's radar. What a pain.
I think that Skylar accidentally clicked on the Yelp link and it tells them when we look at it.
Oh, great.
I was like, no.
All right. Only some people log into the meeting. I have to remember to record audio. Oh, will you email Megan's music to Veronica, or did you do that already? Okay, great.
I haven't got it. Come on in. Good, what can I do for you?
I contacted somebody online about my daughter coming to do a trial class.
What's the last name?
Eisler.
Music and motion. This is Catherine.
Hey, how are you? I'm Lauren. It's nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Hi.
I'm the owner.
Yes.
We talked
Yes.
online. I'm getting ready to start a Zoom meeting right now. So when she gets off the phone, she'll be able to show you around and show you everything. But I do want to let you know we have an interesting class tonight. One of our other teachers is sick. She teaches my ballet one.
Yeah, I've got some people in here
And
who
so-
work in Bridgewater, so I'm
So
gonna
we're
do
gonna
that.
come and take
Second.
class with.
But she is gonna record the video if any.
So
So if you.
they are
I'll get
our
it
teacher is
recorded,
sick,
but I'll
and
let
so
you
we
know.
have to combine the classes in order to make everything work tonight. And it's actually really great because I love the idea of like having a big and a little like work together in class. So
See if I can
he's
get
gonna
it.
go through bar and everything. And then when they start working on the recital stuff, that's gonna be choreography.
Sounds good.
Obviously, don't know. But if you want to continue to hang out and watch and just see the choreography and see if it's something that you like, I think it's lovely personally, but I all know. But then that definitely sit down and check it out. Does that sound good? All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna hop on this
Yeah,
meeting.
perfect.
She's observing Miss Veronica's class, or she's gonna take class too.
Okay, awesome. Nancy said that she was trying to log in, but it's asking for a password. I just sent her the full link invite and it does not have a password on it, so. Interesting, just be there.
Yeah.
Just here.
All right, thanks.
My name is Kathy. And I will. What's her name?
Yes, I am here. Come on back. I'm stuck to my computer. What's up?
Grandma, okay, so my grandma said something about like the summer camp, and I was curious, like, which one is Kylie and Tessa doing?
The first one, it's on June 24th. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, but she was saying that, speaking about, saying something about like me running it.
Oh, that was a joke.
Oh.
Yes, that was a joke. I was joking with her. I was like, Alexis, she can come be in charge of everything. But if you're interested in volunteering
Oh.
for camp, I can put you down on my volunteer list. And I thought that you might be interested specifically in volunteering for the camp that your cousin was in. Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Are any other juniors volunteering?
Journey, Alexis, Joy, they all, not the other Alexis.
The other
Okay.
Alexa?
Alexa, sorry, Alexa, Journey, Alexis, Joy, Lauren does it.
Yeah.
Who else did we have on the junior team last year?
Kennedy,
She does. Yeah. One. Participants. Oh, here you guys are. I'm talking to one of my students. Yeah, so a good number of people usually hang out and do it, so yeah. Want me to put you down? Cool, I will do that. I will add you to my list.
All right.
All
Thank you.
right. 6:02. So anyone that is here currently, we're gonna wait just a little bit longer to have some more people join us. All right. I know I only have two people in the in the Zoom room right now. So either you guys will be the absolutely most informed parents in the entire studio, or we'll have a couple more people join us. Let me just log into the Facebook real quick.
Yeah, I wanted it on face. You look on the Facebook family, but I didn't use it. Oh, that's okay. When you look on the Facebook family, we need to give this a link to the video. That's considered. Oh, there's only like 2 people.
Are you one of them?
What's that?
I said, are you one of the people on the Zoom meeting? Oh, great. Well, since it's being recorded, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started and then I'll just send out the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, everybody. So I am going to go ahead and get started with this Zoom meeting that has all of the information for our recital on June 11th, Sunday, at the Norfolk Collegiate Theater. This video is being recorded. So if you were not able to log in live, then I recommend going ahead and taking a look at this video and maybe putting it on 1.5 or 2 times speed, so that you can get all the information. Of course, we do have our lovely handy dandy Music in Motion Dance Studio comprehensive recital guide. I'm going to be working through this a little bit, but in addition to that, we also have our let's see. We also have our recital guide, which is on our website. So if you go to www.musicinmotionva.com, under the welcome section, that's where the spring recital 2023 link is. I recommend bookmarking this if you're not someone that carries around paper like I do. I do recommend bookmarking this on your phone, because the recital guide is actually digitally uploaded to the website as well. It is this button right here. So if you click on this, then you're going to get that digital version of the recital guide, and you can have all of that information in your pocket. Additionally, if you scroll down on this site, it does have these handy little drop-down boxes, which with each of the headings about all of the information that we have for recital. Now, reading information is something that works for some people, but I like to do these videos because I 100% believe that hearing the information and kind of the explanations behind everything that's going on can make it a little bit easier to understand and to picture it in your brain. So the first thing I'm actually going to start with is going to be costumes. And I'm going to start with costumes because costumes have been going home to everybody recently. And I want to make some things, very, very clear since costumes are new to a lot of people. Number one, costumes, they cannot be washed. They cannot be ironed. If anything, they can be spot cleaned, or if you have an issue, you can bring it in and we can give you a recommendation on how to clean the costume if it does need to be cleaned. So once your costume does go home with your dancer, we do recommend taking it out of the bag, trying it on again. They have been tried on in the studio, but we do recommend trying it on again. And then that way you can assess the costume for any issues or alterations that may need to be made. Something like a strap that might be bothering your student, or a sequin, or anything like that, so that your student can be very clear about you about how they're feeling in their costume. And if there are any issues, we have 6 weeks until the concert, so we have plenty of time to update everything. If you do need alterations of any kind, we always recommend Stacy's Alterations, which is right up here on Virginia Beach Boulevard, right next to the Starbucks. She is open from 10 to 5 only during the week, and she does take cash only. However, if you do require an alteration, let us know ahead of time, and if it's something that we can cover, it's something that we would love to cover for you. But again, these are not custom costumes. We do fit the dancers into the sizes that are available. I will also let you know that I'm sure you're familiar with everything that has been going on with supply chain, and that seems to be kind of like a repeat word that's been happening for about 2 years. But unfortunately, it is still an issue. Costume inventory for us from our costume wholesalers was very limited this year. So we have had to make a lot of exchanges, a lot of returns, but we're hoping that we have landed on something that is really, really fabulous for everybody. And we cannot wait to see these beautiful sparkling costumes shining on the stage, because we do believe that the quality and the design of the costumes we have received is very, very high this year. It's higher than many years in the past, which is fantastic. So that costume comes home in the bag. Take it out, try it on. If you wish to put undergarments on your student, such as a bra or underwear, then we do recommend trying that on ahead of time so you can make sure that those items cannot be seen under the costume. You may have a dancer that feels more comfortable in a racerback bra. However, if that racerback bra is showing in the back, then that is not an acceptable option, and you will need to find an option that is tan, nude, has clear straps, and so on. You might be familiar with Jeté, which is the dancewear store on Holland Road. They do sell all of those undergarment options for dancers if you require them. But fortunately, dance costumes are also tight enough that they are able to hold many of our developing dancers in. I will also say that it is a tradition in dance that underwear is typically not worn. If you feel comfortable wearing it, that's totally okay. No polka dots or flowers. Try to make it tan, of course. And the tights are much like the underwear that a dancer will wear under their costume, in the same manner that you wouldn't wear underpants underneath of your bathing suit, for example. We do recommend that you hide it in the back of the closet. I know a lot of school talent shows might be coming up. Wearing this year's costume to your school talent show should not be an option that you consider. However, if you want to pull out last year's costume, that would be a good idea. So keep it away from the eyes of younger siblings, older siblings, friends, dogs, cats, and playtime, dress up, and so on. It should be worn for a dress rehearsal and the show only. So that is the information about the costumes. I will say, if you are a dancer that is a ballerina and you have a ballet tutu, we do recommend taking your tutu out of the bag and turning it upside down so that you're hanging the costume by the leotard piece, the crotch part of the costume. That way the tutu will hang upside down, and then when you go to pull it on, the tutu is nice and fluffy and it's not smushed down from having been in the costume bag. And that's a really great idea. If you have a costume that is wrinkly, we do have some pieces that have some satin type material on them. The easiest way to deal with that, of course, a handheld steamer is 100% acceptable, and we will have one at the theater for emergencies. However, I do recommend taking your costumes out of the bag 1 to 2 days prior to the recital and the dress rehearsal as well, to assess if it has been wrinkly sitting in that bag in the back of the closet, and hang it up in the shower. Hang it up in the shower, turn the heat up nice and high, and get a nice steam going on the costume, and that will help some of the wrinkles to fall out. But again, absolutely no ironing, no washing in the washing machine, and absolutely no drying in the dryer on any setting whatsoever. We're so glad that we have 6 weeks until the recital, so we have plenty of time to deal with costume issues until then. Now, the next thing I'm going to move on, since we're still on costumes, we might as well talk about tights and shoes a little bit. We do have a tights and shoes document. It is an official list. We will email out the full list. We will also
also email specific details about your students' tights, shoes, hair pieces, accessories, and costume to individual classes. And we will also post the document on our website as well. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look at what this document looks like. Ta-da-da. Costume, hair, tight shoes, Recital 2023. All right. Here are just some basic notes on hair and makeup. Again, you're going to have this in print, so I'm not going to read through everything. Makeup and shoes. And here's your list. You're going to see a picture of your student's costume as well as their class, and what the hairpiece should look like, what their hairstyle should look like, the tights they should be wearing, and the shoes they should be wearing. The costume, the hairpiece, any additional accessories like, gloves or necklaces that might have come with your costume. Usually it's just a hairpiece. And the tights will be in your costume bag. You should own dance shoes for your student already. If you have canvas dance shoes, you can throw them in the washer, and you can wash them so that there are not, hi, how are you?
Can I get 2 snacks?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yes, the shoes, you can throw your shoes in the washer if they are canvas. If you have leather jazz shoes, take a moment to just maybe wash them with a little bit of detergent and water. We do find that just before recital is a great time to buy new shoes. If your student has been wearing the same shoes since they started in September, they're likely starting to grow out of them a little bit. So now is a good time to get some new shoes so that you do have nice, fresh, beautiful shoes for the recital, because they are on a stage and the audience is down here, so we're going to see a lot of those feet close up, and hopefully they're pointing their toes like all their teachers told them. If you do, I will make a quick note about this document. You will note this photo of the dancer is the official photo from the costume book. So the photo might not be an exact representation of how we want the hair. It might be just for how they were doing the photo shoot. For example, this young lady, she has a great ponytail, so that's fine. But you can see we've got a bun for all these lovely ballerinas, and the hairpiece is pinned right to that right-hand side. Yeah, bun, lovely buns, la, 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 lovely buns. Oh, look at these beautiful ballerinas. Cannot wait to see them on stage. If you are in ballet, a bun is required. If you are in any other class, jazz, tap, hip hop, acro, it is going to be a ponytail. If you are a student who is in level 4 or 5, your hairstyle throughout the entirety of the show is going to be high bun for ballet, low bun for all of the rest of the classes. We do like a sleek bun for our older students, which you can see an example of right here on this lovely young contemporary lady here. A quick note about tights, and we are going to get into talking about photo week, which is very important. Tights are recital tights and dress rehearsal tights. There is only one pair in your bag. I do not recommend wearing them to photo week unless you have no other option. Most students are going to have an additional pair of tights that they've been wearing to class. So we do want to ask that you wear your class tights to photo week and not your show tights, because you are going to be in the studio for photo week, and there is a very strong chance that your tights might get ripped. Now, we will always have extras. We have extras at the theater, at dress rehearsal, at photo week, in the studio, any time of day you can get extra tights. And if you would like to have a second pair on hand, just let us know. A pair of tights is $12. All right, so that is the costume information. Moving on to the next costume relevant piece of information is Photo Week. Photo Week is a week that we do at Music in Motion. It is also our showcase week. Many, many years ago, when my mother owned the studio, we would have an in-studio rehearsal on a Saturday. And I really didn't want to take too many Saturdays away from you guys. So we decided to do it during your regular class time. And it's gone really well the past couple of years. Photo week is one certain week. Our photographer is Deborah from Focus Art Studio. She will come into the studio and she will set up her photo rig, backdrop, props, and everything in our back room. What we do is we have every class arrive at the same time. The classes will all line up in the front room. They have each class has a certain section, and we turn our small side studio into a dressing room so that all of the students have a place to get changed if they are in multiple classes throughout an evening. So the great thing about Showcase Week is, number one, we've been working on Recital and talking about Recital for quite some time. And for the students, it's actually quite a lovely break for them to kind of have a fun week where they get to experience wearing their costume, seeing all the other dances. Just about 3 weeks before Recital, it kind of gets them a little bit focused, and it gives them a little bit of a breather as well. So it's a fun breakup to the run that we have towards Recital. And we really see a change in the dancers' energy when we are running Photo Week. Additionally, we don't allow students to watch from backstage. So it is their only opportunity to see the other dances. And we think that's really important because we have our older dancers, and we want our younger and newer dancers to be sitting and watching and observing our older dancers so that they can see what they have to look forwards to. And we really are a family here. So it's lovely for everyone to get together, hang out, play games, and cheer each other on, and clap while the other dancers are performing their dances. So I'll give you an example, or actually let me read directly from the Recital guide. On Monday, we have the following classes: Acro 1, Discover Dance, Hip Hop 1, Tap 5, Boys Hip Hop, Teen Acro. Those are the classes that are normally scheduled on Monday. They might be at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. All of those classes will not come at your regular class time. You will arrive at 5:15. If you are only in one class, arrive in costume with your hair done, and if you choose to use makeup, with makeup on. We will begin our run through at 5:30, or when everyone gets here. Hopefully it's very close to 5:30. We will run all of the dances in costume, and then we'll take everybody into the back room and we'll take a lovely class photo of them. Same thing with Tuesday. Tuesday, we have jazz, hip hop, tumble. We have ballet tap, move and groove, musical theater, ballet 3.1, junior acro, ballet tech, jazz 3, and so on. Lots of classes on Tuesdays. Those students will not come at their class times that they normally show up at. So jazz, hip hop, tumble, don't come at 4. Musical theater, don't come at 5:30. Point 1, don't come at 5:15. Oh, actually do come at 5:15. Junior hip hop, don't come at 6:30. Everybody in all of the Tuesday classes comes at 5:15. If you have one class and one costume, come wearing your costume, hair and makeup done. Now, there is quite a bit of variation on this depending on what your personal needs are. So for example, if you're coming straight from school and you don't have time to put your costume on, bring it in a bag. We will have a dressing room for you and you can get changed here. It is ideal typically if you're able to have your child's hair done, if they're coming straight from school, to have their hair done in the morning before heading to school. And we can always touch it up with hairspray and gel when they get here. If you are a middle schooler and you are feeling rushed and stressed and there is traffic, do not worry. Typically for our dances that are in middle school, we push them towards the end. So we're going to run our youth classes and our high school classes first, and then we're going to run our middle school classes last all throughout the evening. So if you do find that you are running a little bit late, do not panic, because we'll wait for you, quite honestly. We don't want you to miss pictures. That's super important. Don't forget to wear your costume. Don't forget to do your hair. As far as makeup goes, it is these photos are for you. So it is really up to you as a parent. It is a close-up photo. It's not coming from all the way far away on the stage. So we find that our youth students are, if you're 3, 4, 5, you are quite beautiful as you are. If you can get mascara on them, that's fine. Blush, a little pink lipstick. Everyone else, just a very light amount of makeup. We don't want to do a heavy eye that's going to close the eye for these close-up photos. Now, this is exciting. The very first time we are going to be giving away the group class photos. So everybody is going to get a copy of your group class photo for the year for every class that you are in. It will be a digital copy. So please look for that in your inbox. It'll probably be just before the recital. So maybe that's a fun thing that you might want to share with your friends and family on social media as a way to say, hey, look at my students' beautiful my child's beautiful class. We can't wait to see them in recital. It's a great way to drum up that excitement about recital because it is a really fun time. We do offer individual photo portraits. They are on Saturday the 20th. And if we need more time spots, we're going to open up Sunday as well, but not until Saturday is full. Individual portraits are personal preference. They are really wonderful. They're very touching, very charming photos. I do highly recommend them, and Miss Deborah sells those packages for the individual photos herself. She sells those packages, so you can contact her about what is available. Now, there is a certain note. I don't know if I have any parents on here who are in creative movement or Discover Dance. You will get a separate email about this, but your schedule actually is a little bit different. My creative movement dancers and my Discover dancers are my youngest students. They are just 3 and 4. We're going to have them show up at their regular class time. It is a little bit too difficult for us to work with them. They need a little bit more work on an individual level. So having them in with a large group is a little bit more challenging. So creative movement will arrive at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and Discover Dance will arrive at 4:15 on Monday. We will do their run through in costume. We will do their group photo, and we will also do an individual, we'll automatically do an individual photo of your creative movement and your Discover dancer on that day. So you do not have to book individual portraits on Saturday unless you want to, but that is available. You can get more pictures, more poses. We do one or two poses per student for all of the youngest dancers. So you have the opportunity to see that photo for the babies because they're just so cute. All your children are cute though, quite honestly. They're really fabulous. I love them all. So that's class photo and showcase week. Real quickly, before I move on to dress rehearsal and show day, do we have any questions about the pre-events so far? Any questions about the pre-events? If you do, feel free to unmute yourself and let me know. Okay, questions going once, going twice. All right, let's move on to dress rehearsal. Dress rehearsal, we also do a little bit differently as well. If you come from a theater background, you might be familiar with the dress rehearsal as being a run through of it's just a show, just repeated. That is not how we do it. We run our dress rehearsal in age groups specifically. And the reason for that is that if your dancer is done, we want them to be able to go home. We don't want them to spend all day in the theater. Now, spending all day in the theater is lots of fun. It's really exciting. The theater is becomes a home very quickly to all of our dancers who return year after year. And, it's the same length as a soccer tournament or something like that. So it's not, the hours aren't so bad, but we do like to make it as easy for you as possible on a Saturday so that you can come in and come out. So the dress rehearsal procedure is by age group. It is at the theater. Do not come to the studio. The purpose of the dress rehearsal is threefold. Number one, the students have the opportunity to do their dance on the big stage, get comfortable with the big stage, work on their spacing. They get to see the backstage and all of that kind of stuff. Number two, it is a run through for our staff. Our staff and our volunteers need to become familiar with the dancers, which dressing rooms the dancers are in, and how our general flow works as we are moving the dancers through the theater. It's where we have a really great mind towards safety, making sure that everybody is in the right place at the right time. And it is also for our technical capabilities. We want to make sure that the speakers are working. We want to make sure that we have all the correct music uploaded. We want to make sure that the lighting that we have chosen for each dance is an acceptable piece of lighting. It doesn't clash with the costume. It doesn't wash out the dancers' faces and so on. So we also need to set all of our cues. So you will find that although your dancer may enter and exit the stage once, there sometimes is a need for us to call them back onto the stage, for us to pause, and so on and so forth, in order to make sure that we have our technical capabilities running as smoothly as possible so that we can present to you the most polished and professional show that we possibly can. So the preschool and kinder dance classes go first. I apologize for this. In the book, I did not put a list of what the preschool and kinder dance classes are. That's language that we use at the studio, and it's probably not language that is inherent into your brain. So just real quick, my preschool and kinder dance classes are the following. They are creative movement, discover dance, jazz, hip hop, tumble, ballet tap, and move and groove, and also mom and me hip hop. So those are the preschool and kinder dance classes. You arrive at 8:30. Arrive wearing your costume, hair up, absolutely no makeup. Please don't put makeup on at 8 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday. There's no pictures or videos being done. If you want to practice, feel free. We do think hair is definitely important. Practice that more than once. You arrive at 8:30 and we will start around 9 a.m. We do it by dance. We were going to walk the dancers onto the stage into their costume. We're going to show them the wings. We're going to show them the stage. We'll let them wander around a little bit, and then we'll practice putting them in their lines, making sure that they are in the correct lines. And then we're going to practice moving them around you say they go from a line to a circle or a line to a V. We're going to make sure that all their formations are correct. Those dancers are then going to exit the stage. We'll hit the blackout, we'll turn the music on, they will walk on, and they will do their run through. That run through typically only needs to be done once, and as soon as it is done, you can pick up your dancer and you can leave unless they're in another dance. So parents, I do recommend that when you come to drop off your student that you don't leave. It should not take us very long to get through the blocking and the dress rehearsals for each dance. So essentially the rule, we're not going to make announcements. It's okay to pick up your kid. As soon as you see your dancer walk off the stage, that means they're headed back to the dressing room. That means you can get up from the audience and you can walk to the dressing room and you can collect your child. We will have a staff member at the check-in table for the entirety of the dress rehearsal, so that we are checking students in and out. Next is our level 1 classes with our youth boys and hip hop. That's going to be after the preschool and kinder dance classes are done, but there is overlap. So as the kinder dance students are leaving, the level 1 students are coming in. So it continues to overlap and flow. Now, once we get to level 1, and you'll know you're a level 1 class because there is a number 1 at the end of your dance. Ballet 1, tap 1, jazz 1, acro 1, and so on, hip hop 1, and so on. That's when we start to have students that are in more than one dance. So I do not come in your costume. We are going to have an order, but that order may change. So if your student is in ballet, jazz, and tap 1, she's going to come in regular clothes or dance clothes if you want to feel professional, and carry your costumes in the bag, because once you arrive, we're going to have 30 minutes until we actually put you on the stage. So you will have time to get dressed. Do have your hair done though. Hair takes too long. Do the hair at home. Yes, and that's if you're in multiple classes, and that's in the case that we don't know which class exactly is going first. That is the kind of thing that can kind of change very quickly and on the fly. Junior teen level classes, level 4 and 5 classes, and so on. Just a reminder, at dress rehearsal, please plan to stay. And when your dancer has finished, if they're in 3, wait until you have seen them walk on and off the stage for all 3 of their dances, and then you can go pick them up and check them out from the dressing room. Yes, all right. Moving on to show day. Show day is an excellent day. It is the day that we have all been waiting for. We have condensed our show day quite a bit from years past. So I do want to warn you on show day that things are going to happen very quickly. We used to ask that dancers come about 90 minutes before show day, but especially for our younger dancers and also dancers who dance towards the end of a show, we found that was just too long for them to be waiting. The reality is that we're going to be set up, we're going to be ready to accept everybody. You're going to get checked into the venue. The auditorium is going to be open right away. So you can walk into the auditorium, you can find your seat, set your bag down. We don't have coats or anything like that. Mark your seats off, come back out into the lobby, utilize concessions. Maybe we're going to have our fall schedule ready. Maybe you want to sign up for summer classes or fall classes. There will be a discount if you sign up at the show or at dress rehearsal. You can sit in your seats, read the program. We have lots of lovely shout outs in the program, but we have condensed that time so that the dancers are not backstage as long. Show A is about an hour long and there is no intermission. It does go all the way through. I thought that it was short enough for everything to go all the way through. So that's what we're going to do for show A. Show B does have an intermission. It is about 15 minutes long. And show B altogether with the intermission is about 2 hours total. We are selling beer and wine and concessions. That's cash or Venmo. So do feel free to come and utilize that. We'll also have merchandise. What else is happening at show day? Oh my goodness. Yes, 12 noon is the arrival time. Show start is 1 p.m. You can expect to be done about 2:15, 2:30. Even though your student is coming in costume, I do always recommend maybe having a dress or something like that in their bag, or they can enter and exit the venue in costume. We are going to have a balloon garland. We are going to have our step and repeat banner and our red carpet. So there's going to be lots of opportunities for photos, which is very exciting. We also have all of our merchandise that has been sold. We do partner with a company to bring in some lovely flower bouquets. That way you do not have to stop at Kroger on the way and grab some flowers and stand in line. Last time I tried to do that, the self-checkout was down. And I was like, I can't do this. I don't have time for this. I love the flowers and went to the theater and had my mother-in-law bring me flowers afterwards. So there's going to be a merch table where you're going to be able to pick up your flowers and your teddy bears. We are using an app to check in all of the dancers. All of your information as a parent is going to be, all the information that you, as a parent, is going to be loaded into this app. It's going to have your children's medications, your children's allergies, and any other specific notes. And it will automatic if you accept text messages from this app that we are using for check in and check out, it will also message you automatically when there is an update to your dancer's status in any way. It also allows us to contact you very quickly, and any of our staff to contact you in the event of an emergency or a need. That need could just be as simple as, you know, we have some stage fright. If it's something that we can't work through, then we're happy to invite you backstage. Let me tell you a little bit about leaving the venue and the actual show itself. This year, we're going to be doing something very exciting. We're going to be doing a mini finale dance. We're also going to be doing a big group photo on the stage. We typically bring the dancers onto the stage at the very end of the show anyways, but we're going to turn it into something that's a little bit more special. So after the students exit and go back to the dressing room, they're going to put on, everyone gets a recital t-shirt. They're going to put on their recital t-shirt. Don't forget to bring your recital t-shirts. I will send you a reminder about that. And they're going to return to the stage as in their classes, in the last class that they danced with. They will walk on the stage for what we call a curtain call. They walk on in a line, they take a bow, they step backwards, and each continuing class comes on until we have every class take a bow. We will then have a very easy follow along dance to an exciting piece of music, and all of the dancers will do a big group finale dance, and then we all group together, smile at the photographer, and take one big group photo, which is very exciting. The dancers are released from the stage. The lobby is a little bit too small in order to have, and the dressing rooms as well, in order to have the parents kind of line up at the door. So what we do is we do a visual checkout. I'll be on the microphone and I will have two other staff members on the check-in on the app. And when we see the parent come forwards to collect the student, or we see the student come forwards to jump down to the parent, we're going to hand off the children to you that way. It is from that point that you can take your dancer and one parent back to the dressing room in order to collect all of your belongings. Our staff does clean up the dressing room, and our staff also does pack up your students. So everything should be, you know, fully packed upon leaving. I did skip to leaving the venue because I thought that was important. I'm very excited about the finale dance, but I did forget about our opening. We do a pin ceremony at the opening of our show as well. We do award pins to students who have been with us for 3 years. We award pins to students who have been with us for 5 years, and we award pins to us who have been with us for 10 years. We're going to be taking a look at our spreadsheet from last year regarding what students received which pins last year, and working off of that. But we will also be sending a Google form to everybody to let us know when you started with Music in Motion, if you remember, so that we can determine whether or not your student will be coming onto stage to receive a pin at the beginning of the show. All right. I think that I have covered just about everything that is related to the show. I do want to discuss, we have had a ticketing issue with our concerts. Some people may have heard about this. If it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. And if it does affect you, I'm going to be reaching out with information via email. Essentially, we had our show A, which is our Kinder Dance and Level 1 dancers. They are some very popular young ladies, which is to be expected because many of these students, it's going to be their first recital, and that is something to be celebrated by a great many number of family members. But unfortunately, without a ticket limit in place, the tickets did sell out very, very quickly. I personally believe that everybody who wants a ticket should get one. And I'm very excited that so many people have the opportunity to see the show. However, there were a certain number of families that have been shut out from getting tickets to that particular show. We have landed on a couple of options that we are considering. I'm still in the process of waiting to hear back from the theater, my ticketing company, in order to figure out which is the most prudent option to take. But I will be making a final decision tomorrow, and I'm probably going to send an email to everybody, and I will be available via phone to chat through anything as well. But I'm pretty excited about having the opportunity to get everybody into the theater. So that's going to be super great. If you have any other questions, just let me know. But I think we've been on for about 45 minutes, and I do hope that talking through and hearing the information has been very useful to you. But I will simplify it. This seems like a lot of information. It does, but we really are here to take care of you. So if you forget something, we're gonna correct it. We're gonna have everything that we need backstage. Just make sure that we stay in communication. I will let you know that on dress rehearsal day and on show day, the staff is working hard. We are in the theater, so we are not going to have access to email. We'll try to check it here and there, but if you find that you are having an issue, let us know as soon as possible that week. The text number is going to be the easiest way to reach us, and that text number is right here. I don't even know it off the top of my head. Is going to be right here in the front of the recital book. It is 757-524-0251. Okay, I will open up to questions. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and let me know. Otherwise, you can shoot me an email and we'll get it figured out.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
So you said at the end they come back on stage with Music and Motion t-shirts on. Were those in the
Yes.
dance bag? Because I didn't see
They
it.
are not in the dance bag.
Okay.
That is an excellent question. Thank you so much. The recital t-shirts are something that every student gets. Every student gets a recital t-shirt. It has our special recital logo on it. We distribute the recital t-shirts the last week of classes. If you are not in attendance the last week of classes, we do bring them to the theater with us. We also bring butcher paper and Sharpies with us to the theater. That way the students, they all sign their t-shirts, and it's a really cool tradition. So what they'll do is that's the recital t-shirt. It's included in your recital fee, so you will get that as a gift. Well, you did pay for it, but you'll get the recital t-shirt. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
The other things you're going to be getting: the recital t-shirt. Every family gets a keepsake program, full color glossy program. You get one of those, and the additional programs are going to be just a single fold program. And we also have programs available via QR code as well, if you want to look through it on your phone. We do have professional photographer and videographer, so you're going to get the digital video, and you're also going to get every shot of your student on stage. Some are great and some are really funny. So those professional photos are really funny, but they're a good thing to have. And the students get a gift. We do a small gift bag for all the students when they check in too. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
All right, thank you. Does that bring up any other questions? All right, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and log off here and get this video working so we can share it with everybody. In the meantime, it was so lovely to have you. And if anyone asks questions, you tell them I've got the answers. You're gonna be my key dance parents. Thank you so much for being here. All right, bye everybody. Got